Today's topic, it's everything Royal Rumble and the theories we, the Wrestling Universe channel, foresee happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Welcome to and new.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport.
Let's go, let's bear witness. He is broken in half.
But I'm better than you,
And you know it. You want some? Come get some.
Acknowledge me.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Welcome, wrestling fans, to the Wrestling Universe channel's podcast, where pro wrestling fans discuss what we love, pro wrestling. So as always, if it's your first time listening in, we, the Wrestling Universe channel, would like to thank you for taking the time to listen. And if you have returned, we want to give you a special shout out of thanks for sticking around the Wrestling Universe channel. We invite you to follow us on YouTube and Spotify. Links below.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
It's that time once again for the road to WrestleMania to begin in Indianapolis, Indiana, starting February 1st. That's right, it's the Royal Rumble, one of my favorite events of all time by the WWE. But as we record this particular Theory Royal Rumble episode, there's only 4 matches assigned to the card?
Disappointed.
Yeah, tell me about it. But again, there could be some additional matches assigned from now until the actual Royal Rumble event. Of course, the Rumble is on a Saturday, so fans definitely have to pay attention to SmackDown and or WWE.com for additional matches signed. But with that being said, let's dive into the current match card as it stands right now for the 2025 Royal Rumble. The WWE Tag Team titles will be on the line as DIY defend their titles against the Motor City Machine Guns in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Here's probably why the main reason the Royal Rumble has such a small match card. Now, don't get me wrong, this tag team match is going to be the best tag team match of the year, and we're only starting 2025. The bigger question remains, does this match go to a 3rd fall, or do we end up with only 2? Either way, there's going to be high-flying action, some unbelievable moments, and these 4 guys are really going to set the bar for the best tag team match.
Well, we're waiting.
But in the end, we feel at the Wrestling Universe channel, we are going to crown new tag team champions in Motor City Machine Guns. In fact, spoiler, this is the only titles that are going to change at this year's Royal Rumble.
It is now time for the Royal Rumble.
Well, yes, the Women's Royal Rumble match, and out of the 30 women that are going to be competing in this Women's Royal Rumble match, we already know from WWE.com, Bayley, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, and countless others are competing to guarantee a women's championship match at WrestleMania in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, wrestling fans, with this being our second ever Royal Rumble Theory podcast, we're going to change it up just a little bit. We've designated 4 categories of theories for both the women's and men's Royal Rumble. Those categories are titled Unbelievable, She's Back, or He's Back, Guts Personified, and The Winner Is. So let's get down to it. Royal Rumbles have always been entertaining, and it's where the storylines progress. Old rivalries are refueled, and surprises always happen. Speak of which, Unbelievable is basically our take on surprise entrance, and it's no shock that Jordynne Grace will definitely enter the Royal Rumble after signing a contract with WWE. And what about Becky Lynch? Well, that's not a big surprise either. But how great would it be to see AJ Lee finally back in a WWE ring? Maybe this could also be a sign for the men's Royal Rumble. We'll get to that later. But that would be a nice surprise to see AJ Lee back. But what would be unbelievable would be the debut of Britt Baker. Now, Indianapolis would definitely pop if they heard do we see Britt Baker in a WWE ring? It would truly be an impact, but AJ Lee is a safer bet. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments.
She's back! Yeah.
To put it simple, this is the major return. Now you may ask, what's the difference between a surprise entrance and a major return? Simple. The major return will be getting the push. And we think at the Wrestling Universe channel, it will be none other than Jade Cargill. Now, could that be for the Women's World title? Pushing Jade Cargill? Yeah, we think so, but we don't think Jade Cargill will win the Women's Royal Rumble. Stay tuned for that one.
As Guts personified.
Guts personified basically means who will have the best performance in the Women's Royal Rumble based on the amount of eliminations and or time spent in the Rumble. And we believe that will be Jordynne Grace. Since she has had experience in the Royal Rumble before, it would almost make sense for her to be in the Final Four towards the end of the match. Do you agree or disagree? We want to hear it in the comments. And the winner is basically describes our pick to win the whole Royal Rumble match. And we at the Wrestling Universe channel are picking Charlotte Flair to win the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, you might be asking yourself, Charlotte Flair? And our reasoning is because we as wrestling fans haven't gotten the third and final match between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Charlotte won the first match in Mania 36, Ripley won it in WrestleMania 39, so you know they will bring the house down in Las Vegas for sure. Either way, good luck, Charlotte Flair. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens are set to collide in what would be one of the most brutal and emotionally charged ladder matches in recent WWE history. With Owens ramping up his aggression and Rhodes determined to solidify his reign, the stakes couldn't be higher. Here are some possible outcomes and scenarios. Number 1. Cody Rhodes retains. Despite the relentless attacks by Kevin Owens, Rhodes finds a way to endure and prove himself as a resilient champion. WWE may want to continue building Cody Rhodes' title run, giving him a definite win against a credible threat like Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens' aggression could backfire, leading to a big spot that takes him out of the match, allowing Cody to claim victory. Possible outcome in scenario 2, Kevin Owens wins the undisputed WWE Championship. Kevin Owens has been built as a dangerous and unpredictable force. WWE could shock fans by having him dethrone Cody Rhodes. The angle with Kevin Owens parading around with the title suggests WWE is testing how fans react to him as a champion. If Owens wins, it could set a major rematch at an upcoming pay-per-view or even WrestleMania storyline. Possible outcome in scenario 3. The controversial finish. And when we mean controversial finish, both men could pull down a title at the same time, leading to a disputed finish and setting up a unification rematch. WWE has been known to use ladder matches to create storylines and twists, and this could be an opportunity to really shake things up. Fans, do you agree or disagree with some of these possible outcomes or scenarios? Let's move on to the key factors to consider. Cody's health. Kevin Owens' attack left Cody Rhodes medically unable to compete. Could lingering injuries play a role in the match's outcome? Kevin Owens' mean streak. With KO showing a more dangerous side, will he push past the usual limits in a ladder match? And lastly, Potential WrestleMania implications. Does WWE see Cody Rhodes as a champion heading into WrestleMania, or is this the start of a bigger underdog story for him? Again, these could be key factors to consider, but the final prediction. We, the Wrestling Universe channel, predict Cody Rhodes retains, but just barely. Expect a war with brutal ladder spots, near retrievals, and perhaps a spot where the showstopper might make an appearance to set up a cool storyline leading to a match between Shawn Michaels and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Either way, Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Championship, and our final prediction might lead into the Royal Rumble men's match.
It is now time for the Royal Rumble!
This is what we've all been waiting for.
Yes, indeed. The final match of the night that will kickstart our viewing journey to this year's WrestleMania, the Men's Royal Rumble. And by now, you know some of the superstars that will be competing in this year's Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and John Cena.
Oh boy, is this great!
Before we get into our categories, let me first and foremost say that it will not be shocking to see this Royal Rumble be very heavy with competitors from TNA, since now both TNA and WWE have a mutual agreement. So plan on seeing a few TNA wrestlers like possibly Matt Cardona, Santino, Nick Nemeth, the Hardy Boys, and the TNA World Champion Joe Hendry. In fact, if Joe Hendry is in the Royal Rumble, it would make history, as it would be the first time ever a world champion from TNA will be in the Royal Rumble. But let's move forward.
Unbelievable!
The unbelievable surprise entrance. Well, we expect to see AJ Styles to make a return at the Royal Rumble, but it wouldn't really be a surprise to us. And I'm really hoping that while Gunther stands in the middle of the ring, waiting for the next entry, we see the dressing room door open and Goldberg walks out into the hall as he approaches the entranceway. But the unbelievable surprise entrance, we, the Wrestling Universe, believe it will be either Ricky Starks and or Malachi Black, or Aleister Black, whatever you want to call him. Now let's get something straight. I do feel seeing Malachi Black in the Royal Rumble would be a loss in my personal book, as I enjoy watching him in AEW. But at least it's not like Daniel Bryan showing up suddenly. Or could it?
I'm back.
The major return for getting the push, we at the Wrestling Universe channel are conflicted. We do know it's going to involve Gunther, but some of us say Goldberg, while others say Brock Lesnar. Either way, having Goldberg return for one more match or Brock Lesnar back to have a program with Gunther, either of them having a program with Gunther would be spectacular, as long as both returning superstars do one simple thing: put Gunther over. Stay tuned for that one, fans.
This guy has guts personified.
Who will have the best performance in the Men's Royal Rumble based on the amount of eliminations and or time spent in the Rumble? And we believe that will be the one and only John Cena. For the C Nation, this will be the last time we see Cena in the Royal Rumble. The last run. And since you can get your official Cena gear specifically for the Royal Rumble at WWEshop.com, we believe Cena will have the best performance of this Royal Rumble with either the most amount of eliminations or time spent in the Rumble. And yes, it will definitely be likely to see Cena make it to the Final Four towards the end of the match. Do you wrestling fans agree or disagree? Leave them in the comments now. And the winner is... We at the Wrestling Universe channel are picking to win this year's WWE Royal Rumble to be none other than CM... we are picking the Tribal Chief Jay... Okay. Seth freaking... Come on, people! Who are we agreeing to win the Royal Rumble? Can you guys make up your minds? Who's gonna win? Okay, this is legit, right? This is it. This is what we're agreeing on, right? Okay. Officially, the Wrestling Universe channel is picking a wrestler that has already won the Royal Rumble once before and will challenge Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the undisputed world title. And that wrestler is...
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Yes, the final boss, The Rock. We do see a Rock Roman Reigns match in the future, but having The Rock win the Royal Rumble will add to the story of last year's WrestleMania. And don't forget that meeting in the ring between the two on Raw the following night. So it totally makes sense for us having the final boss, The Rock, win the Royal Rumble and challenge Cody Rhodes in Las Vegas, Nevada. What do you all think? Do you agree or disagree with our picks? We want to hear from you. Leave them in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed this Theory Royal Rumble episode, and we hope you do enjoy watching this year's Royal Rumble. As always, we appreciate and thank you all for taking the time to be a part of our episode here on the Wrestling Universe channel. Please let us know how we did, or if you have anything you would like to contribute to this episode, we would love to hear your feedback. And you know the drill. Follow us on all of our social platforms, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify, and we look forward to the next episode. So long, wrestling fans.